Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Start with you, LeBron. The Hawks changed up just about everything they could. Was it a matter of you having to adjust yourselves, or was it more of just fighting through what they changed?
Well, I think throughout the course of the game, you got to make adjustments and understand how can we benefit from what they're doing. We knew that we were going to get everything that they had, the whole kitchen sink tonight, and we just had to make adjustments throughout the game, and we was able to do that.
Chris Parker, Cleveland Scene. Kyrie, they blitzed you a lot in the early first half. Obviously, Coach Lue made an adjustment. Could you talk about the challenge that posed and what you needed to do to challenge that?
Well, coming on the initial jump ball and first possession that we have a play that we're going to run, then I see that they're blitzing me, and I'm coming to the bench and kind of looking for answers for myself because they were up by a certain amount of points, and they took me out of a rhythm that I'm usually in coming into games, especially in the first half. But my teammates did an incredible job, especially this guy to the right of me, of just having that focus and knowing what's important and what's the task at hand and what we had to accomplish, especially to finish the basketball game, and just exuding a lot of confidence in me going into that fourth quarter, and Channing as well. It's just when you have those type of teammates and type of pieces where we can still have we're kind of in a bind. We're 6 points down, 8 points down, and game's not necessarily pretty. We just have a lot of resilient guys, so they believe in me, and I'm glad we got this win.
LeBron, Dave McMenamin, ESPN in front. You guys are down 6 starting the fourth quarter, and you're on the bench. What's it like for you to see Channing and Kyrie kind of take the game over at that point?
Well, I mean, like I said, they carried us and they brought it home for us. And starting with this guy to my right, that's what we brought him here for. Sometimes he feels himself that even when he's open, he wants to keep the ball moving. But we brought him here to shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. And tonight he did exactly that. He gave us a huge boost. I mean, obviously he was the game ball for our team, and I just tried to stay on Kyrie throughout the whole game. And in the middle of the third, I told him, listen, I don't care what happened. Up to this point, just hit the reset button. Just hit the reset button because at the end of the day, we need everything from you, and we need you to lead us. And from that point on, from like the 4-minute mark in the third quarter to all the way to the fourth, he just did what Kyrie does, and he hit big shots for us. When he felt like the defense was starting to react because he hit a couple shots, I remember him throwing back to Channing and hitting a three and made them call timeout. So these two guys definitely carried us tonight, and it was special.
Marla right now, our Akron Beacon Journal. Channing, I was just curious what was going through your mind. Did you feel like your team needed you, was this the kind of night you envisioned when you came here?
Every night I just know I have to go out there and do my job, and I play behind two pretty good guys, and Kevin and LeBron, and three guys, and Tristan. So tonight, every night is going to be different. I just got to be a pro, and be ready. And James Jones was like, Channing, you got to stop passing. You're not very good. You just got to shoot it. So I said, all right, that makes it simple. So I was just trying to be aggressive. When they put two people on the ball, in the first half, I kind of saw they're going to full rotate to me, and they didn't. There was some space, and I kind of figured I'm 7 foot, so I'm not going to block it. So I just shot it. And, to be kind of serious, when I got traded here, I knew there was a responsibility to come at the level that these guys are playing. And Scott Skiles told me, hey, Channing, man, you're a great player, and you're going to help them win a game in the series, You're going to help them win a game and go to the, do some bigger things. And, I always think about that. So I'm always got to stay ready, whether I play 5 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm out there diving on the floor, trying to do everything I can to help us win. So sometimes it's not going to be in the stat sheet. Sometimes teams are going to stay attached to me, and tonight they didn't. I got to hit some shots.
This question was LeBron and Kyrie. When a coach takes over midseason, you never know what to expect. But what has Tyronn Lue done to help maybe unify this group, and how unified would you say this team is compared to any other time of the year?
Just he keeps us even keel. We come to the bench, no matter we're up, we're down. Just tell us to stay in the moment. Just like tonight, the game did not look good for us at certain points of the game. He just continued to stay on his head. Let's worry about the next possession. We're going to win this game. Stick with the game plan, and let's play our game. And he never gets too high, never gets too low. And for us, as a group because we're out on the floor and we're competing as hard as we can, and sometimes you lose sight of what the main thing is at times for us players. When you come to the bench and have someone that can calm things down, as our head coach is great for us as the players.
I'll keep it quick. I just think the demand of leadership coming from T. Lue, extending down to me and LeBron and Kevin, but it's just constant, no matter if it's shoot around or film or out there on the floor. He's going to command a lot of it, and he's going to demand that we take over the game and we control the game. And that's what I love, is just having that ability to be able to be coached for 48 minutes, up, down, doesn't really matter. He's going to look me in my eyes, he's going to tell me straight what I need to be doing out there, defensively and offensively. And it puts me in, and I never waver from what's going on, never waver from the game plan or anything like that. And I think it carries all the way down to the 15th guy, because we echo what he wants from us, and we echo it to the team. And it's easy to communicate when you have a coach like that.
For Kyrie and LeBron, I know there's a long way to go, and the sample size is still relatively small. But when you two and Kevin are on the floor together in the playoffs, you've never lost, 11-0. What do you take from that, both of you?
That our teammates they did their job and they helped us and allowed us to lead them. At the end of the day, we can't. Myself, Kyrie, and Kevin can't step on the floor by ourselves. We need the other 2 starters, and then we need the other 8 guys or 10 guys that we have on the roster beyond that to do their jobs, and they allow us to do their jobs. So that's what I take from it.
Just having all 3 of us out there, being able to play, it's what we always envisioned. It's what we always wanted. Just want to continue to do what we do on the off days and continue to prepare for every single game like it's our last. And when all 3 of us are playing, it's really fun out there.
So Tony and Moore, Sportswire Magazine. LeBron, looking ahead just a little bit, I know you guys take it game by game, but no team has really come back down 3 in a series. So considering if the wind blows in that direction, have you thought about the possibility of going back to Miami to play in the Eastern Conference Finals?
I think for me right now, I was asked a question a few days ago. It kind of got blown out of proportion, and I should have known that. I was asked a question, would I look forward to playing against him? I said that I've always envisioned playing against D. Wade in a series, and that's before we ever became teammates. Obviously got taken so far out of context in that facet, but at the end of the day, my main focus right now is us, that 3:30 game on Sunday. Whatever else everything else take care of itself, and the man above know what's going to happen and things of that nature. What I can control, what we can control, is how we prepare tomorrow in our film session, because we did some uncharacteristic things for us as a team tonight, and we need to learn from that. And we got to be as good as we were in the 4th quarter tonight. We got to be great for 4 quarters on Sunday, because they're going to give us everything they got.
Jeff Zilgett, USA Today. Channing, what was the first half of your season like in Orlando? Frustrating, or what was your role there as a veteran? And then what were your thoughts when you found out you were coming to Cleveland and going to play with these guys and also reunite with David Griffin?
When I went to Orlando, I had high hopes, and it just didn't work out. I was the oldest guy on the team. We were very young. And, those are great guys down there, man. They're just young and really trying to establish themselves. And I think Coach Skiles did a great job this year of giving them an identity, of showing them how hard it is to win. They're going to be great in the future, man. They're some good kids, and they're very talented. I have a good relationship with Rob and Scott and Scott Perry and all those guys. So when they told me I was going to get traded, I knew it was going to be to a couple of teams. I've known Richard Jefferson, is like basically my older brother, and I've known him since I was 14. So have an opportunity not only to play with him, but to play with, this guy to my left, he's all right. And then, Kyrie's cool. It's amazing. So for me, it went from being someone that oversees and a lot of teaching in Orlando and taking a step back and just going through a lot of learning pains to, all right, this is your job. You shoot it, don't dribble, don't do anything else, just shoot this thing. And if somebody's next to you, pass it, and somebody else will shoot it. So it just makes it simple. It makes the game fun. You know, I'm just appreciative of this opportunity, man. You know, sometimes people don't understand what it's like when you're playing behind these guys that are really good. Every night you don't know if LeBron and Kevin are hitting. You got to be ready to play your 6 minutes and be good, you know, to do things. And certain nights they're not going to leave you open, certain nights they are. So you just have to be ready. You have to be a pro. But everybody on this team is pros. I've told many people this is probably the best chemistry team I've ever been on in my 10, 11 years, man. It's amazing. You know, for me to, you know, I always tell everybody around me, I just want to earn my keep here. You know, whether it's one game, whether it's one quarter, I want to help us win. And, you know, tonight I just got the opportunity and I took advantage of it, and I'm appreciative that they kept giving me the rock and that they let me go crazy a little bit. Give my bang outs.
LeBron.
Oh, my goodness.
Ohm Young was like ESPN.com. Was wondering, LeBron, you enjoy the mental part and the strategy part of the game. What did you think when they made a lineup change with Tabo for Korver, and then they put in Chris Humphries, and they're just trying to throw everything at you? How did you guys counter? What did you think? And also, what is it like to make 46 three-pointers in 2 straight games?
Well, I've been kind of playing over in my mind after game 2 of what they would try to do. To be honest, I thought they might go with, I'm not going to say it because that may give them something good to go with. I thought they would make a lineup change. I'm not going to tell you which lineup change I thought they would do, but I thought they would make a lineup change, so I was right on the money with that. You know, so for us as our defense shifted a little bit because obviously with Kyle Korver on the floor, you have to have your antennas up. And obviously he showed tonight why you have to have your antennas up at all times when he's out on the floor. So we made the adjustment to start the game. They started the game very good. You know, they did what they wanted to do at points in the first quarter, but we was able to weather the storm and also lead the you know, the game lead the quarter 31-28. But and to your second question, you know, when the ball is moving, obviously for our team, and we had some uncharacteristic turnovers tonight. We had 18 turnovers for 20 turnovers for 27 points, which is not what we've been doing in the playoffs so far, but we were still able to get 26 assists. And, you know, we have some great shooters, but the reason why we have great shooters is because that ball is popping, the ball has energy behind it, and guys feel confident when the ball gets to them that they can just let it go.
Kyrie, Dave, getting back to the fourth quarter comeback that you guys had, at one point this year, you guys really struggled when you didn't have LeBron on the court, especially in games you didn't play. That game you guys had in Washington was a disappointing loss, and he rested. What does it mean for the growth of this team to have moments where, you know, he's a great teammate to have, but you guys are doing it without him?
Well, I wouldn't say we do it without him, but I still think back to that Chicago game. It's like I have to be an extension of Coach Lue and him while he's resting, and I have to give him that time to almost get his legs back so he can close out the game for us, and we can all be in a great rhythm coming into that fourth quarter. So it's really important that we have energy and we have a set game plan, especially when our different lineups are in. And I think as professionals, we're doing an incredible job of that right now, where we're having different lineups and guys are being in specific spots, and we're seeing things that we can execute and be really good at, and we're attacking it. And there's no indecision between what guys want to do out there. You know, I'm running 1-5 pick and roll with Channing, and you know he's coming off and he's making decisions, or Deli's come up and screening for me. Our spots are interchangeable, and I think that we've become really good at it. I think we can still get better, especially in defensive end with our matchups. But you know, I just still think back to those times, just continuing to watch film, and where I can continue to get better and be a better leader on that fourth quarter when he's not in. But when he comes in, we're both going to lead the guys.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. LeBron, I know you're okay. I know you'll be all right. You're a big boy. But at the end of the game, Jeff T, the push, I wanted to know, was that inside the lines type of basketball, or did that go outside of basketball?
Oh, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, for me, I'm just happy I didn't. I actually was running into 2 kids and a lady on the baseline, and I was hopefully that didn't hurt them, and you know, I scraped my leg a little bit, but I'm fine. I'm okay. I went back and checked on those and make sure they were okay because I couldn't really stop And they were fine. Once I found out they were fine, and I was able to walk off the court, I'm okay. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What I can control is getting my body ready for Sunday, and just trying to close this series out. We're a team that's destined for greatness, and I really believe that. And we have a mission, and we have another chapter in our goals on Sunday. So we look forward to the challenge.